What's up, guys? It's Justin Parnell back again on our journey of discovery, our free-to-play MTG Arena series. If you want to see more content like this, be sure to subscribe to this channel and leave a comment and a like if you like what you saw or think I could do something better. If you want to hear the Thinktwice podcast, search Thinktwice MTG on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play Music, Stitcher, and Spotify. And if you would like to support the show further, go to patreon.com/ThinktwiceMTG. The Thinktwice podcast is the way that this show is able to be made, so please consider supporting if you feel froggy. Now, the only way to draft Guild of Ravnica right now is a competitive draft, because as we go back and kind of take a look, our offerings aren't leaving us with much. We have core set, sealed, and draft. I don't want to do either of those because the core set kind of sucks. But fortunately, we do have enough gems, so we will play in the dangerous, the high risk, high reward competitive draft, which I'm happy to do, especially now that we will obviously want to open packs. This is the way to do so, is having success here. So we're going to throw down our gems, and we're going to jump in to the draft. Now, normally, I would say snap the Sacred Foundry, because one, dual lands are quite good. They let you splash colors. They're often some of the most powerful cards, but this is the one that we have 4 of. So we don't need more Sacred Foundries. In fact, we want Overgrown Tombs, which we have 0 of. We've crafted some of the other ones. We've crafted Watery Grave. We've crafted a couple of Steam Vents. We have no Overgrown Tombs, so we need things other than Sacred Foundry. And it's obviously important to know what of these cards that you have before you go into a draft. So that being said, one of the best cards in the pack is, of course, this Truefire Captain. And it begs the question, do we want to play Dimir with this Artful Takedown, which is, of course, fantastic, which Capture Sphere is also very good, a premium removal spell, or Truefire Champion, which is very difficult to cast, but it is powerful. I'm tempted to go with the Artful Takedown, even though we've drafted Dimir a couple of times, but we've never, I feel like we've always underperformed with Dimir. But I think today's going to be the day that we're going to get artful with it. So, of course, there's a Swiftblade Vindicator, which we see immediately afterwards. And we have literally nothing. Oh, that's not true. We have another Artful Takedown. And a Whisper Agent, both of which are very good. Swiftblade Vindicator would be sweet, but we're going to get artful. We're going to get artful with it. Okay, here we have a couple of cards that we like. Darkblade Agent is very good, and of course Muse Drake is just a great little flyer. We haven't surveilled yet, and we don't even know necessarily that we're in Dimir. This puts us a lot solidly in. Artful Takedown you can obviously splash, but I'm going to take Muse Drake because this can go into any blue deck. Ooh. Man. Hatchery Spider and Affectionate Indrik. And I feel like we've drafted the Dimir Splash deck before, and it just doesn't work out. Now, that doesn't mean that it's not going to work out this time. The only thing is the Hatchery Spider is more powerful than the Idrik most of the time. This thing is just huge. And we can kind of be in a weird Sultai deck. We have a lot of cards to come back on. You know what? We're just going to take it. This is the most powerful card. Here we're actually just going to take this Guildgate because we're pretty out on white Boros stuff. We don't want this Creeping Chill, so we're just going to take this Guildgate. Try to get our fixing right. We'll happily take this Whisper Agent. We're going to happily take this Notion Rain, although Gateway Plaza would be nice, but Notion Rain is very good. We're going to take the Golgari Guildgate here. And Are we going to take our favorite Dowser of Lights? Which we have in, I feel like we have in every draft. I don't know, maybe we want the Selective Snare. It's a sorcery though, isn't it? Yeah, that card's not as good. Not as good as sorcery. Dowser of Lights or the Dissident? I think the Dissident is better. There's not a guarantee we're going to play the Spider. Take the stupid Dowser of Lights. Here we're going to take... I think Pax Favor is just better than the Dazzling Lights. So we'll just take Pax Favor. We'll take this Pause for Reflection. Ooh, Generous Stray. That's a great one. Much better than the other one. Wishcoin Crab. Okay. The Sundew is just better than the Wall of Mist. Certainly. And a card we're not going to play. Okay. Now, we don't have 4 Temple Garden. So let's see what we would be passing up. And honestly, it's not that much. We're actually pretty fortunate in this pack. The best 2 cards are cards we're not interested in. So we're actually just going to take this Temple Garden very happily. And maybe we can splash something. Let's see. So here we have another rare, a Drowned Secrets, which is actually a sweet card. I'm sure you guys saw my Dimir Phoenix's episode. Drowned Secrets put some work in, and I'm actually tempted to take it. Otherwise, we would just be taking a Sinister Sabotage or a Dimir Guildgate, both of which are just fine. But I'm just going to take this Drowned Secrets for our collection. And I don't really care about Amara for our collection. I'm actually going to take this Rhizome Lurcher. This is a pretty powerful creature. I like it better than the Gorgon. Though the Gorgon can be cast off of the black. Let's see, what does our curve look like? We have a lot of 3s. You know what? No, I'm going to take the Lurcher. I just like this card better. Just like it better. Okay, here we are going to take, I think, this Ceratok. I do like one of these. Not interested in the Passwall Adept. If this was the Surveil one, then we would take that. Yeah, we'll go with the Worm. We'll get one of the Worms. Okay. The Foragers are not bad. I think Notion Ram is definitely better. I mean, obviously Notion Ram is better. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get our second Notion Rain. This is a tough one. Whisper Agent's very good. We have a lot of 3s. This is the only problem. Though, Pause for Reflection's definitely not making our deck. We don't have a lot of 3s, I guess. It comes down to Burglar Rats, which I love, or the Whisper Agent. Actually, I think I want the Rats. Yeah, we're going to do the Rats to grind out our opponent a little bit more. Here we're just going to take this this Lotless Giant. We're not really passing up anything in particular, and it can be a nice kind of big finisher for us. Here we're going to take the Shade as a creature we can play over the Dimir Locket. And here we're going to take... I don't want multiple Pax Favors. We'll take the Moodmark Painter. We'll take the Dimir Locket. Yeah, we'll take this Guild Summit. Why not? There's a Ceratok that came back. Maximum Altitude, which we're definitely not going to play. Undercity Necrolis, which we're probably not. And Candlelit Vigil. Okay. Okay, so let's move some of these before we kind of look at this new pack. Now, there's a few of these that we could end up playing. But I'm going to move the stuff that we're not definitely playing to our board. Move this Dowser of Lights. And then we can look at this pack where we have an Ionize, which we're not going to get. That would be our 4th one for our collection, but not really a priority. Not like the Temple Garden. It's essentially Whisper Agent versus Pitiless Gorgon. I think Whisper Agent's just better. So Whisper Agent it is, which I don't mind spending a first pick on. Okay, here we have our third Artful Takedown, which we're just going to happily take. Passing up a Dowser and Lights, but maybe we'll get back one of these two. But I would also be... I'm pretty happy with a lot of these cards. Rock Charger is obviously very good, but we're not white. Ooh, Tristani Discordant. And then we also have Burglar Rats, Dimir Guildgate. Now, we could get real spicy and play this Temple Garden and try to splash this Tristani. Because I actually want to take this card for our collection. It is a mythic. Yeah, let's see if we can pick up a couple of other gates to do that. Okay, well, we're definitely going to take this Golgari Guildgate. That's another green. We are passing up cards that would make our deck, but that's okay. Here's another gate, which we're going to take. We don't want Boros Guildgate. We don't want the Conclave Cavalier, which is obviously very powerful. This is 20 cards. Well, not really. It's slightly less than that. Let's take the Dissident here. Okay, here is a Selesnya Guildgate. If we had more, we could try to take this Flight of the Equinaughts. Flight of Equinaughts. Not the Equinaughts, they're not famous. Yeah, we'll take this Guildgate. See if we can splash this Tristani. Sure, we'll take another one. And here we will take a Veiled Shade that we're not going to play. We will play the Wario copy if we need to. We'll take another Guildgate. We'll wait for the server. That's a really late unexplained disappearance. We'll have that. We'll take this Crab. Sure, we'll drop the Hammer and then Galvanic Punch. All right. So, of course, pretty standard deck here. 38 cards. We have a lot of Guildgates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, obviously, you guys know what I want to do. I'm going to play this Guild Summit. Yeah, we're definitely going to play that Guild Summit, for sure. And are we really missing anything? We have 16 creatures. Okay. Happy with that. The Sundew is the only thing that's not great. Like the Burglar Rats, the Dissident. One Veiled Shade is fine. Generous Stray. Wario Copy. Whisper Agent. There's our Guild Summit. Notion Rain. Muse Drake. The Crab is not great. Lurcher is actually pretty good here. Then we have our Tristani. We have our Worm and our Hatchery Spider. Okay, so we are short on 5s. Let's get our standard Dowser of Lights in here. And instead of the Crab, let's get this Undercity Necrolist. Actually, we're going to play this Pax Favor. I think I would rather play that. I think that leaves us with 15 creatures, which is fine. We have 3 white sources. We have a lot of draw. Okay, we have the most... We ended up with the most green somehow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so 8 green. Black is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Blue is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're pretty light on blue, but I think we still add another one, which gets us to 17. We're just going to try to be very powerful with this deck. Actually kind of like this deck. So we'll probably go 0-2. But let's give it a shot. Only one way to find out. All right. Match 1, 0-0. We are going to play first. And this hand looks super solid, actually. we are going to start with the Golgari Guildgate, since obviously we only need one white source. And since we can continue to curve, which we will do, we'll play our Dissident, followed up by our Generous Stray. I'll take this trade if they want it. No interest in using a Pax Favor. We can take this down as early as our next turn if needed. And our opponent can't really utilize the guild mage. It's only a 2/2 right now. Of course, we're not going to block. And I believe we do want to have Artful Takedown available. So, Sonica, sure. Alright, we'll attack for 1. And pass the turn. Nope, no blocks. Little crabby friend. Well, we are going to get both of these. Tap this creature, kill this creature. Okay, so now is a great time for us to do here. And we'll pass the turn. The giant costs 7. It's a 6/5, but we might just run it out there. Okay. No blocks. Oh, boy. That's a good one. And we can attack with our Dissident. Yeah, that seems awfully good. We can even hold up Pax Favor with our Generous Stray. Okay. Alright. Well, this worked out quite well. Tristani's a powerful card. If they try to steal anything, we'll say no, no, no. I don't think so. We'll take that back, please and thank you. 1/4, which is going to be tricky for our opponent to take out. It puts them squarely on defense. If they want to attack us for 3, then they certainly can. So they do have a Sonic Assault here, which they're thinking about doing on our turn, which is totally fine. Okay. Still holding up the Sonic Assault. We're going to gain some life here, though. Okay, so we are going to attack with everything but Tristani. I imagine they're going to tap the Dissident, perhaps? Nope, one of our life linkers in an attempt to race. Okay. In that case, we're just going to attack with everything. Since they've tapped out, they'll block our life linker. We're going to tap here. Pax Favor. We're going to gain 5. Go to damage. And make life very difficult for our opponent. Okay. Well, they're gonna deal us some damage. So, good game. All right, that's just game 1 though. We are best of 3. So it looks like if they are galvanic punching, our opponent is fairly aggressive, despite their Wishcoin crab. Pause for reflection is not nothing. Certainly, but are there any non-creatures we want to take out? We want to keep the Disappearance. Certainly want to keep our Notion Reigns, our Pax Favors. We want to keep our Guild Summit. That actually would have been great that game. We would have drawn a lot of cards. I actually think that we're good. And if they get particularly aggressive next game, then we can pause for reflection. I do have the Punch, which is interesting. Maybe we take out the Giant. get a little more defensive. Yep, let's do that. Okay, we have all of our colors and a curve, something that resembles a curve, so we'll keep. All right, play our guild gate, and we are going to go ahead and play our... Oh no, we played the wrong guild gate. That's quite embarrassing. We're gonna stick to it. We're gonna Whisper Agent in case our opponent tries to attack with the Piston Fist Cyclops. And we can block and follow up with the Veiled Shade. We don't need another guild gate, so we'll bend that one. And we will play a Veiled Shade and not attack. We just want this game to go long, especially with our hand. And now that we have the Hatchery Spider, yeah, we'll go ahead and block the Minotaur while we have the chance. Sure strike? Yeah, sure thing. Sure thing. They could have made it very difficult for us had they sure strike before, make someone unable, this unable to block. So we currently have a 3/3 Lurcher. We can Artful Takedown. I think we just play the Okapi now while they don't have much aggression. And not attack with the Veiled Shade, which is very bad. This card's pretty bad, but somewhat necessary for this deck. Okay. Well, we have another takedown. We can kill the Minotaur, get in for some damage. I think we would like to do that. We'll tap the Cyclops, kill the Minotaur. Okay. And since our Okapi has Vigilance, we'll go ahead and get in with these. And we'll be ready to block the Cyclops in the event. Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. I mean, our draw was not bad, honestly. We just have to get aggressive here and hope they block with the Mizzet. Though I'd say that is highly unlikely. Yeah, they're just gonna take 5. We play a 3/3, or I think we just play the Dissident. No, actually I think we play the 3/3. We still have the Pax Favor up. I don't want to play creatures that they can easily take down. No, Surge Strike's not good. I would even say it's quite bad. They're going to attack us for 12, presumably. Oof. Put us to 5. Oh, barf. Well, Niv Mizzet is a difficult card to defeat. I'll say that much. I don't think we can deal them 10 is the problem. We can deal them some, but it's not 10. We're at essentially 2. 1, really, because we're going to need to Artful Takedown. So that's going to be quite difficult. So that means we just have to attack and just see what happens. Honestly, we want them to block. Blocking is the best case scenario here. Okay. We do have to keep our creature though. So we'll do that. And then go to damage. Okay, so we have to Artful Takedown. I think we're just dead. They deal us 2, then another 1. Yeah, we're dead from our own Artful Takedown, unfortunately. But there's not really another way around it. We have to tap now. Okay. Tap Niv Mizzet and destroy the Cyclops, which kills us. Maybe our opponent targets the Veiled Shade? Nope, they figured it out. They figured out that we were just dead. Okay, so you jumpstart that what's it called, and then we bite the dust. Creatures don't have to be untapped. Though I guess you can wait until our turn if you want. Our opponent's really laboring over this last 3 points. 3 points of damage, which they have probably plenty of in their hand. Selective snare. Alright. Well. Alright. Sure. Combat. Attack. You gonna jumpstart and kill us now? Is this the time? Okay. This is the time. Sure. Got it. Alright, game 3. Okay, so let's see, what do we have against Niv Mizzet? Nothing? Got it. I'm not worried about this Sundew, because we need to defeat our opponent before Niv Mizzet is a thing. So I'm thinking of this maximum altitude. We don't really have any other aggressive creatures that we can side in. We do have this Lotleth Giant, which gets in a few points of damage at the end. Most likely, I don't want another Veiled Shade because the card is crap. This gets in the most damage. Now, this is not a good card, in my opinion, but it does have a, it does have narrow usage. And I think if we're trying to force through damage before we get to Niv Mizzet, then this could be said use. Alright, we will be on the play. And this is a slow hand, but strong-ish. Enough. Okay, fine. Strong enough. How about that? We have more 2-drops that are green, so we'll lead with Selesnya Guildmage, the mistake we made last game, which may have actually cost us the game. In retrospect. There's a chance that could have been the case. Okay, well, our opponent has nothing, which is good. We're actually going to Notion Rain to see if we can bin a couple of creatures. Well, we are going to bin 2 lands, which is good. There's our Guild Summit, which can draw us 2 later. Let's see. We don't really have any notable 1-drops. So, we'll just play our Generous Stray. Our very aggressive Generous Stray. And then we'll follow it up with our Dowser next turn. The famous Dowser of Life. This seems like a Niv Mizzet game since our opponent's done nothing. Which is obviously very concerning to me. This is where we would have wanted a never happened. Which we, of course, could have picked up during the draft. Yeah, this looks like our opponent decided, oh yeah, we have Niv Mizzet, so everything's going to be fine. So I think what we want to do here is Guild Summit. Tap 2 gates. Draw 2 cards. There's a Tristani, which is not bad. We'll jump our Dowser. Get in for 5. We have a Tristani next turn. Don't play Niv Mizzet. Don't do it. Do not play Niv Mizzet. Come on, man. Alright, that's not Niv Mizzet. That is not Niv Mizzet at all. It's not even a little Niv Mizzet. No blocks. Okay. So, we're going to go ahead and play this Swamp now. And we are going to Artful Takedown. We're going to choose both. We're going to tap the crab, kill the whelp. We're going to attack for 5. And then, end of turn, we're going to play our Whisper Agent, and then we're going to untap. Okay, well, they didn't have it last turn. Maybe they don't have it this turn. We do have our Tristani. Okay. That's an aggressive attack. Okay, well, they clearly have something. I don't know what, but they have something. They have 4 cards in their hand. I don't think all of them are lands. We're going to bend this forest for sure. Okay, Hatchery Spider's good. Let's play Guildgate. Draw a card. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Let's play Tristani. Counterspell for Tristani. Okay. Alright, not a big deal. Sonic Assault on our 4/5. No, on our 3/2. Okay. Well, in that case, we'll attack them for 5. They have another trick? They do. Okay. Dowser of Lights is going down. Okay. After all that, they take 1. Well, we do have a big hatchery spider. So that's not irrelevant. Sure, for sure. Let's play this hatchery spider. No, I think we need to play multiple creatures. So we could play, we have 8 mana, which is not 9, of course. I think the first thing we need to do is go to combat. And attack with this Whisper agent. They're not going to block. And we can play this 4/4 Lurcher. And we're gonna be able, if they have two, actually if they have 2 spells, I think we're dead. Because they can make 2 creatures be unable to block. Okay. Well, there's the Sonic Assault. Okay. So tap this, unable to block. Oh no, we are dead. We are going to be dead. For some reason, I just didn't see that. Oh man. Well, we erred by attacking. And I think we could have got them, but we made a mistake, unfortunately. That's disappointing. All right. Match 2, we're down 1 after some mistakes last time. This hand looks good, though. Opponent's on 5, 4. We have a good curve. All right. We'll go with our second Guildgate. And Whisper Agent's going to be a more powerful play than the Stray. We don't really need cards right now, so we'll Whisper on in. We actually don't really need Notion Rain, just because we have plays lined up for the next several turns. So we'll draw the Forest instead, which is exactly what we wanted. Follow up with Wild Ceratok. Now we can probably just take it home with these 2 plus an Artful Takedown. I'm not saying much, our opponent was on 4 cards. Plague Crafter, okay. Let's see what the Stray brings up. Obviously wishing that we had the Notion Rain now. Okay, our opponent on 3 colors. Bats are not bad. We are going to keep pushing the aggression, though, because we have 2 Artful Takedowns. Okay, I imagine our opponent's not going to be attacking here. Same thing. Definitely want that Notion Rain, but we earned it by putting it in the graveyard. Our favorite Veiled Shade, where the mana, the tapper got them. Well, Hatchery Spider is very powerful. So we're actually going to attack with both, because that'll let us get another hit for Hatchery Spider. Okay, well, we'll just play Hatchery Spider. We'll reveal the Rhizome Lurcher. Okay. Which goes on the bottom. Okay, we were able to defeat our Mulligan to 4 opponent, which we certainly earned. I don't think there's a need. I mean, they are aggressive, slightly. So we'll do the same thing and put the Sundew in over the Giant. But outside of that, We don't know that they're aggressive, but they are white and red. Okay, this is a solid hand. We have a great curve, actually. Very good curve. And of course, we are just going to play the Burglar Rats on turn 2, even though, you know, they'll have the best choices to discard, but that's okay. We want to go this on 3, this on 4. A Sure Strike, which I'm not that sad about them discarding. Okay, let's go ahead and Notion Rain. Let's bend the worm. No attacks. We'll play Muse Drake next turn. Definitely play Muse Drake, for sure. Hatchery Spider's great. Let's go ahead and attack for 1. Our opponent will not block, but, no. We want to be a sport and give them the option to. Unexplained Disappearance, great pickup. We'll go ahead and trade with the bats. We've drawn a card. Okay. We're going to Whisper Agent to block at the end of, or during our opponent's combat. +2/+0, no problem. And we want to leave the blue up, obviously, for Unexplained Disappearance, just in case. Let's leave that Whisper Agent. We'll do the same play next turn. Let's Notion... We can't Notion Rain and... we can't Notion Rain and Whisper Agent. So, we'll simply just Whisper Agent. Although it's unlikely our opponent attacks here, so actually, let's go ahead and Notion Rain. Let's bend both of these. Another creature in the yard. There's another blue source, which is great. And with the Hatchery Spider, of course, being in our hand, we will happily double block. Sure thing. I imagine that we have a much better payoff for things going into the graveyard than our opponent does, so. And we'll Whisper Agent at the end of our opponent's turn. We will keep Artful Takedown, of course. I want to go ahead and play this Hatchery Spider in case we hit a Tristani to pump our team. We don't, but we hit a Lurcher, which is going to be enormous. And we're now, those are on the bottom in a random order, so we're much closer to Tristani. Significantly closer. Although it doesn't look like it's going to matter a ton. Okay. We still have our big spider. Where we had a Dowser and Lights. And we'll be able to do pretty much whatever we want next turn. We're just going to attack with everything. If they want to block here, we're not going to Pax Favor. No need. And we'll just play this tapped. I don't think we're going to need to... I don't think we're going to need to Artful Takedown. We have an if we didn't have the Unexplained Disappearance, we would. But with the Unexplained Disappearance, that will handle the one creature our opponent could possibly have. All right. Match 3, and this is not one we're going to be keeping. One land is not going to do it, even with the 2 Notion Rains. This is a little bit better with the... we do have 2 7-drops, but we do have a Scry and then a Surveil probably early in the game, so we'll keep this and then look for a land. And of course we are in the draw, which does make a bit of a difference. This is a reasonable enough hand that I don't want to go down to 5. Yeah, we're just going to have to take 2 from this Temple Garden so we can play our Dissident on turn 2. Which is fine. It's not what we want to do, but And we'll pay 2 and play our Dissonant. As we show our opponent 4 colors of mana on turn 2. Which is a pretty accurate representation of our deck. Now, unfortunately, we can't just fight back and forth, so we're actually kind of forced to trade with this Child of Night, especially based on our hand. We're not interested in using this Artful Takedown on the Child of Night at all. And we still want to block here if able. And our opponent is going to Surveil. And they have Death's Touch, which is fine. So our opponent thinks they're going to draw a card, but we're gonna whisper into their ear. No drawing for you today. Ah. Oh, Tristani. Well, we have to keep Tristani, being arguably our most powerful card. Okay, so even if we don't draw a land next turn, we have Artful Takedown. If we do draw a land, we slam Tristani and hope that is sufficient for the time being. Oh, that's a good one. That's certainly a powerful card that we cannot deal with. Okay, well there's our land for Tristani next turn. Night Veil Predator is going to be annoying. We do have a Hatchery Spider somewhere down the line. If our opponent plays any sort of thing that we can kill, we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to tap this and kill this. Double tap this, just in case. Just so they know. Okay, well, we are going to play this in case we draw a land next turn. We're going to play our Lot Left Giant first. Really want this Tristani to resolve. Okay. Great animation for Tristani. Now, they could kill it. Nope, radical idea. That is the opposite. If they attack, I am going to double block. Of course, they could kill Tristani in combat and kill one of our creatures. Nope. Looks like that's not what they're going to be doing. Alright, well there is a Dowser of Lights, which will be a 5/5. Or 5/6 rather. Okay, so we do need to hit something for this Hatchery Spider yesterday. Doubly so now, because we are on a 3-turn clock, which we can improve slightly with attacking with our soldiers, essentially suiciding them into this crab. Obviously, it's not something we really want to do, but it is something we're going to do. Not this turn. Actually, let's full control, and I am going to attack with these, and I'm going to bounce the crab. Okay, before blocks, we're going to turn on full control here. And we're going to bounce the crab. Now they can double block one of these. We are going to put the Guildgate in the bin so we can draw an untapped land. Which is a little greedy, but that, I mean, it's roughly the same amount of turns, potentially. Because that's a guaranteed draw next turn. Okay, there's the crab again. Okay, there's a Whisper Agent. If they surveil next turn, then we die. So we have to make the same attack and sacrifice our lifelink creature, which is obviously not optimal, but But it's better than dying. Okay, so our opponent is going to surveil. This could encourage them to attack with all of their creatures, which looks like lethal. It's not going to be lethal. It's going to put us at 1. And then we could potentially attack them back for lethal. If we hit a land and they don't block on the way back. Just attack with everything. Come on. Okay. Well, we cannot block. Okay. Pax Favor. Well, we don't want this anymore. We would have kept that if we had a lifelink creature, which we don't. Man. Yeah, that would have been able to... That would have been able to do it had they attacked with everything. That's a shame. As it stands now, we can hit them for 1, which is certainly not good enough. We'll attack them with the Dowser of Lights. Okay, they really don't want the old Dowser to hit them. Okay. Well, we are going to kill the Spybug and tap the Watcher. Tap kill. Which is, of course, we're still going to die to this Night Veil Predator. But maybe our opponent zoomed past their combat step or is concerned for something. Maybe they think we have the Fog, which we don't. Okay, game 2. That one was a lot closer than it appeared. Alright, so I'm not sure we specifically don't want anything. If we had another Pax Favor, we would side that in to try to team that up with one of our flying creatures or reach creatures, like the Sundew. And I think we're going to do the same trade, putting the Sundew in. This can at least continue to, if we have 5 mana up, continue to block the Predator. We don't want to pause for Reflection. That's kind of just a singular trick. I don't hate the Necrolisk. 4 power seems like it's going to be pretty important on the ground. Though we don't really have anything to take out for it. Maybe the Veiled Shade. Rather have the Necrolisk for that. And I think that's probably it. Alright, we're going to play first to try to get under this Predator. This hand seems fine. A little slow, but overall not bad. We'll lead with the Dimir Guildgate. Right now it looks like the Guild Summon is going to draw us 1 card immediately if we play it on 4, which is fine. We'll probably play our Muse Drake first. Yeah, we'll play our Muse Drake first. And then if we draw another gate, we can play that the following turn. Our opponent's obviously not pressuring us very much. Ooh, looks like our opponent is short a land, which they have found. Okay. Yep, well, let's play this Muse Drake. And assuming our opponent doesn't play anything threatening, which I doubt they will, especially short on lands, we're going to play this Guild Summit and try to grind them out. This format's great because it is difficult to miss your land drops if you build your deck appropriately. Looks like they do have one. Okay, and we'll tap 1 gate. We do not draw another gate, which we would have liked to do, so we can hit our land drop and go about our day. Dimir Spybug. That's one we're going to want to have bite the dust for sure. It's not threatening us quite yet, and we can get pretty big with this Artful Takedown. 4 toughness In fact, so first thing we're going to do is attack. Since we cannot block the bug. So, we don't want the Sundew to tap our other black. That's how we're going to Whisper Agent. Now, we could have just not attacked. Maybe our opponent would not know that the Grappling Sundew had... Okay, they're going to bounce the Sundew back to our hand. That's fine. I imagine they're just looking for that Predator. Which I cannot say that I blame them. And from here on out, we're pretty much going to bin every non-gate land. Okay. Well, let's block the... We're going to bin this 2-2. We'll block the Informant. Ugh. Big yuck. Can we race? I would say unlikely. And this costs 5 mana to make indestructible. I mean, it is part of our plan. We want this to get to 4 before we play it. I imagine our opponent just attacks with the Predator, which we do not block. We'll go to damage. Darkblade Agent. No problem. We're going to Whisper Agent. Okay, 2 of them. How interesting. Ceratok, we're going to bend the Ceratok so we can get the Lurcher a little bit bigger. There's a gate, which is great. We'll draw a card. Ooh, Pax Favor is actually quite good. That is really the card that we want. And we are going to pass the turn. And we may actually be able to combine the Grappling Sundew with the Pax Favor. If we're fortunate, which it looks like we're going to be, we can even give it indestructible. Okay, we're going to block here. Okay, before damage, let's make it indestructible. And then also before damage, we're going to choose this creature. We're going to pay like so. Yes. All right. We've taken down our Nightmare. All right. Rolling with the Guild Gates. That's excellent. And we're going to need this to get bigger. Really, both of these to get bigger. We want this to get to 5 now to fight through these. So we are going to pass the turn and likely Artful Takedown. This is Fist Cyclops. That's interesting. I don't think I want Artful Takedown yet. You have 2 of them now, plus an Unexplained Disappearance. We are not going to attack. We kind of want to just trick our opponent into attacking with the Spy Bug. Alright, well, they're going to take the Hatchery Spider and see both of our Artful Takedowns. Nothing we can really do about it. But at least that will make our Lurcher into a 5/5, which is the size that we want it at. Okay. Indeed, they do take the Hatchery Spider. Oh, it exiles it? And exile it. Okay. Well, that's disappointing somewhat. Well, we're still just going to hold these takedowns. Alright, we have another gate. That's a good one. Let's give this to old Muse Drake. Muse Drake be able to attack this turn unimpeded. Cannot be blocked. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Likely going to have to Artful take down that. I think we can actually start chewing through their forces with this worm, which can only be blocked, can't be blocked by more than one creature. We're likely going to have to Artful take down these two. Which is totally fine. And then if we bounce their crab at end of turn, we can actually push through a significant amount of damage. And they're going to have to block some of it. Okay, so let's bounce the crab. Generous Stray. Okay, so we need 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll bend the Stray. Okay. Land is not great. And we don't want to play the land. Okay, both. We're going to tap. We want them to trade. So we're going to tap here and kill the Cyclops. And I actually don't think that, let's see, they can only do 2 of these. Let's tap here and kill the Spybug. And then attack with everything. They can trade these. But then they're going to be in bad shape against this worm. So we know they have a crab. The crab matches up poorly. Now they're just at 2. Well, that's interesting. They don't have a flyer to deal with this. Let's play the island in case we draw something that we want to cast next turn. 14. So we should be able to push through. We would have loved to have that one. Artful takedown number 3. They're going to love that. Let's tap here and kill this. And yep. I was going to say they can live technically, but it's going to be difficult for them to come back. Okay. So I don't think we learned anything new other than the choice of Grappling Sundew. Plus the Pax Favor worked out. So let's give that another shot. All right. One land's not going to cut it, even on the draw. One land's still not going to cut it, even on the draw. Oh, man. I think at least we have some powerful cards in this hand. All right. We'll keep this. We'll keep the swamp. At this point, we need anything. At least we can potentially... I mean, there's a chance on turn 3 that we can play a Guild Summon. It's not a high chance, but it's not a no chance. And then maybe pull out of this. Well, this is not going to help our chances. I kept this hand because we at least had... You know, we have 3 powerful cards in our hand. And our opponent doesn't pressure us a lot. They are quite good at getting to their bomb in Night Veil Spectre, but there's not a lot we can do about that. Well, there's the old Sundew. I mean, as funny as it is, this at least, this stems the bleeding. This will buy us some time. Certainly better than the lot left giant that we took out for it. Okay, well they can get through for 1. Oh, this was actually the best draw. We don't want an Artful Takedown quite yet. This will draw us 1. Alright, well here's the combo. Assuming we can keep this grappling Sundew around, which I think we'll be able to. Watcher in the Mist. So they're going to draw a card off of this, which is quite annoying, but at least we can kill this Watcher in the Mist. We'll do so on their turn so we can potentially tap something like the Darkblade Agent. Because this has Death Touch now. How annoying. We really don't want them to draw cards. Raw cards is poor for us. I think we can probably take a turn off to resolve Tristani. And we do get to hold up Pax Favor. Not that we're going to be casting it, but it's not nothing. Okay, so this doesn't it doesn't untap, got it. Now, it doesn't tap it. It just makes it not untap. Which I think my opponent just realized. The oops would signify that is the case. Well, we need something. We certainly needed a win. Okay. Well, our opponent cannot attack profitably. So that's good. Do we want to get the Dissident here? I think the answer is yes. We're not, because we need to kill the Watcher. Yeah, we'll go ahead and play the Dissident. And pass the turn. And we'll hold this Artful Takedown. This is really all we have. So, now the House Guild Mage can begin to surveil. So, we're not super excited about leaving it around for a while. Okay. Well, we have mounted a defense. So, there is that. The Vigor Spore Worm wouldn't really benefit us to pump anything, but it is a 6/4 that our opponent would have some trouble blocking. So it is probably worth it to just go ahead and get it in here. Disdainful Stroke, okay. Well, that's one less Disdainful Stroke they have for Artful Takedown. And ultimately, the Worm wasn't going to be the card that was going to win us the game. See, with this Whisper Agent, I would have no doubt left for our opponent's turn so they could have kind of tricked us with their Darkblade Agent. But I suppose they have the House Guild Mage for that as well. Okay, that's a good one. This is at this point, this is the creature we have to kill now. Now we can get... I was going to say we could Pax Favor the Sundew. Okay, well our opponent has no cards in hand. Guildgate's a good draw. We did not mind drawing those, for sure. Temple Garden, you're like a bad Guildgate. Okay, so we have to do this now, which is unfortunate. Okay, let's tap the Guild Mage and then kill this Passwall Adept. Choose to not activate the Guild Mage. Okay. Alright, well we're back on gumming up the ground. Never happened. Well, let's dissuade our opponent from attacking. Better put it in the graveyard than into exile. Now our opponent can begin surveilling and find that Night Veil Predator, which is not what we want, but at least we can kind of block it indefinitely. Opponent's really taking a look at this Temple Guard and they're admiring it. Oh, you can remove something from the graveyard? Sure. I think that was our only creature. Surveil 2. Well, I mean, I'm going to block this Darkblade Agent. There's a 0% chance they're going to be able to get by with this dissident. Yeah, no thank you. You can bite the dust, that's fine. I do not want them drawing cards. What a bad guild gate. Okay, we'll hold this forest in our hand. And see if we can find a way to grind out of this one against this House Guild Mage. Ugh. Alright, well. We have some removal spells. For the Watcher in the Mist, we can't... We have no way to remove the Night Veil Predator now, unfortunately. Which is a problem. Certainly like to draw another Artful Takedown. Dowser of Lights, that's almost the same thing as Artful Takedown. Now, we played this, and now we can't make Grappling Sundew indestructible. So, we're going to take 3 from this Night Veil Predator, but it could be worse, I suppose. What a terrible, miserable card this is. Yep, we're going to take 3. We are on a 4-turn clock. Okay, there is an island. We will attack with our 5/6. And if our opponent wants to double block, then... Yeah, I didn't think so. Did not think so. Now, they can just continue to tab it down with the House Guild Mage. Though, if I were them, I would surveil so they can continue to press the advantage. To find things that are going to make our lives significantly more difficult. That is a very good example of a card that's going to make our life significantly more difficult. So we are now on Artful Takedown or Bust. We're going to go to 3. Darkblade Agent. Alright, we have a redraw. Alright, we have another redraw next turn if we're not dead. But we will be, which is the problem. I think we have to sacrifice attack one of our lifelink tokens. They have decided to kill it. Okay. Not a great look for us here. Our Dowser and Light attack proved to be slightly too aggressive. No, that's not what's losing us this game. Because they have plenty of creatures to break through. I imagine they're just going to attack with their flyers. That's certainly the safest thing to do. So, okay. Not so much for that. I was going to say, so we actually can live. I mean, we can live. Now we can't live. If they take away all of these creatures, then we're just dead. I assume our opponent is doing the math. Okay. So we'll go to blocks. We'll block the biggest thing. Then the next biggest thing. Then the next biggest thing. We take 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess we don't die, technically. We do let them draw a card, which we're not too excited about. So we're at 1. And essentially have no way out of this game. We need a damnation. Alright, we have one more redraw. At least Guild Summit didn't let us down. Wary Okapi. Okay. A little too wary. Yep. Surveilling to put the extra pressure on us. And since we have to let them attack, we don't have an Artful Takedown. We will be biting the dust. Yep. Good game. No blocks. All right, well, another disappointing draft here. We got 2 packs for our troubles. One more win would have got us most of the way to another draft, an additional pack. Really, these gems are what's the most valuable thing. We did get some good cards for our collection here, so I mean that's something notable. We got 2 more packs, so we'll have 5 for next week. But still quite disappointing. I think in that first game against the blue-red deck, we made some mistakes, and I think we could have won probably both of the games that we lost, so that's a little disappointing. I'll probably go back and watch this myself to make sure that I'm not anything else I missed. But thank you guys for watching very much. If you like this content, be sure to subscribe to this channel and give it a comment and a like. Tell me what else you felt like I could have done differently. I actually quite liked our deck this time. Obviously, it didn't pan out, but that's kind of just how it works sometimes. If you want to listen to the Thinktwice podcast, search Thinktwice MTG on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play Music, Stitcher, and Spotify. If you want to support the podcast even further, go to patreon.com/ThinktwiceMTG. That is the way that this show gets made, is through Patreon support. So if you're feeling generous, please feel free to go and support us through that way. Thank you guys for watching very much. We'll catch you next time.